Astrology, 12 signs, 12 months of the year, 12 constellations, and 12 lunar cycles per year in our galaxy. It's one of the most ancient sciences. It's been around since the Babylonian era over 2,000 years ago, where they used the study of the planets, sun, moon, and stars to predict the reoccurrence of seasons and celestial events. Astrology is often compared to a clock because, like a clock, there are 12 zodiac signs that follow a specific order: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Oh, and I'm a Pisces, by the way, in case you were wondering. Us Pisces are immutable water signs, so we're emotional, compassionate, sensitive, imaginative, idealistic, wise, and I can go on and on since I know the most about this sign because, well, it's my sign. Anyways, I always knew my astrological sign, as I don't remember a distinct moment where I had to ask. I think I just kind of figured it out myself. I always knew the basic elements and traits of my sign. However, I never really looked any deeper into the whole grand scheme of things. It wasn't until a few years ago when I discovered more about astrology and found out what my birth chart is. It was the end of high school for me, so April or May 2017, and I was hanging out with a group of friends during lunch. And they were talking about astrology, so of course I chimed in like, OMG, I love astrology, I'm a Pisces, anybody else here Pisces? And I remember my friend Grace was like, I'm a Pisces moon. And I just thought, what the hell is a Pisces moon? I was so confused, so I tried to fit in and casually go along with it, saying, oh yeah, I'm a Taurus moon. And then they started asking me more about my chart, what my placements were, and then I finally gave in under pressure and was like, okay, I lied. I actually have no idea what a birth chart is. And so she told me I could look up my birth chart online. So I did later that night, and by the way, if you're looking to find out what your birth chart is, you just need to enter your name, birth date, birth time, location, and you're set. And from that moment on, everything in my life seemed to make a lot more sense to me. Birth charts. In ancient history, only the elite rulers, kings, and queens had access to find and create their own. But now, we all have access to our birth charts with the click of a button. As soon as I looked up my birth chart that night, my interest immediately peaked. Although I'm still not an expert of reading birth charts because, as you can see, they're a little complicated. And if I were to try to explain my birth chart in detail, we'd be here for hours. But basically, the central core, aka the sun, aka the center of the universe, represents you and your placement in the universe on the exact date, time, and location of when you were born. And since the planets and moon are constantly shifting along the galaxy, they change each second of the day. So if my Venus is in Aries, then that means the planet Venus was passing through the Aries constellation at the time I was born. And this is the same for each of the planets as they show where they were located in the universe in accordance to the exact date you were born. Your birth chart is like your own little unique map of how you connect to the galaxy in relation to the location of the stars and planets. It's what makes you, you. So you're not going to have the exact same placements as someone else. There are 3 fundamental core placements in your chart that most people identify with, and that is your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. I'm a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon, and Sagittarius rising. Your sun sign represents your core personality, your inner guidance, basic nature, your ego, power, goals, what you want, and how you act. Your moon sign represents your deeper, true emotions, your instincts, your behaviors, your response, needs, and your inner consciousness. Your rising sign represents your outer persona. It's the first impression you give off, your aesthetic, your presentation, your actions, your impulses, and your defense. The other planets in the galaxy are also in charge of other core aspects of your personality. And this chart is often dependent on when analyzing the compatibility between two people, most notably your Venus and your Mars sign. Another factor people look at is the element of the signs. So, in case you don't know, there are 4 elements of the zodiac: fire, air, earth, and water. Fire is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Air is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And water is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Fire signs, aka the stars. They're passionate, dynamic, and enticing. They can keep you warm or cause great destruction. Air signs, aka the cool kids. They're innovative, witty, and curious. Their minds are floating everywhere, and they can come into your life as quickly as they can vanish. Earth signs, aka the legends. They're grounded, reliable, and wise. They keep our world spinning while keeping us sane and bringing us down to earth. Water signs, aka the dreamboats. They're intuitive, imaginative, and emotional. They amaze us with their ethereal serenity at the surface, while bringing out the depths of our inner souls. Some astrologers believe that we actually feel better during our astrological season. So fire signs, you might be feeling more energetic since right now it's Aries season. And of course, most people think that we're the most compatible with the other fellow signs in our element. So essentially, I'm the most compatible with Cancers and Scorpios, but with my dating history, I beg to differ. Overall, I'd say that in a way, astrology opened up my third eye to learn more about myself and all the relationships in my life. For me, it's not like a religion. I mean, yeah, I do believe the planets have a great effect on each of us as individuals, but in a way, it's more like a hobby. I try not to take it too seriously. And I'd like to guess people's zodiac signs when I first meet them, just because I feel like I'm a very intuitive person and I pick up on people's vibes pretty quickly. But also, I try not to judge them based on the stereotype of their sign when I do find out what their sign is. And I'm not the type to do or not do something just because my horoscope says to, and I'm not the type to not date someone if they're not compatible with my sign. For me, I think compatibility isn't always true and accurate. It really just depends on the person. And for me, it's a way to self-reflect, to grow, to learn more about others, to feel more connected to others, and to feel more connected to the universe. So go look up your birth chart, go outside tonight, get lost in the stars, and find your constellation in the sky. Because at the end of the day, we're just a tiny speck in relation to our universe. And we're just living on an average-sized rock named Earth with billions of other human beings.